I'm Ciaran Carson. I'm sitting on an iron bench in Royal Avenue in front of Castle Court, which is over here. Castle Court, as you can see, is an architectural curiosity. Kind of at the time it was built, it was almost like a sci-fi thing. But when I sit here, I think of what lay where Castle Court is, i.e. Smithfield Market, which was burned down in 1974 by an IRA firebomb. And I remember well when I was there. Smithfield to me was a kind of a labyrinth of bookshops, second-hand shops, clothes shops, junk shops, antique shops. It was a kind of a locus of memory, and it still is that. And I'm interested in how the present connects with that past. I'm interested in that sort of memory as being an interregnum, a space which you can enter in your own mind. I wrote a poem about that experience of seeing Smithfield the day after it had been set on fire. Smithfield Market. Sidelong to the arcade, the glassed-in April cloud, fleeting, pewter-edged, gets lost in shadowed aisles and inlets, branching into passages, into cul-de-sacs, stalls, compartments, alcoves, everything unstitched, unravelled, mouldy fabric, rusted heaps of nuts and bolts, electrical spare parts, the ammunition dump in miniature. Maggots seethe between the ribs and corrugations. Since everything went up in smoke, no entrances, no exits. But as the charred beams hissed and flickered, I glimpsed a map of Belfast and the ruins, obliterated streets, the faint impression of a key, something many-toothed, elaborate, stirred briefly in the labyrinth. On my father's shelf of books, along with the Bible in English and Irish, Scottish Gaelic and Esperanto, was a book which I recall very fondly with a green spine, and was called As I Roved Out. And I remember this book from possibly about the age of 8 or 9, and it was written by a guy called Cathal O'Byrne, who was born Charlie Burns, but altered his name to a kind of sort of hybrid Irish-English name. O'Byrne died in 1957, born I think in about 1878. And as I open up his book, As I Roved Out, I see a passage about Smithfield, and a paragraph reads like this. Smithfield, from Francis Street to West Street on the north side, was a veritable rookery of hallways, alleyways and gangways leading up to balconies, each with its nest of dwelling places, higher and ever higher. Once having found your way, assuredly from direst necessity, to the heights or the depths, it would have taken another Ariadne with her clue to lead you forth to the light again. And I think that paragraph encapsulates the idea of Smithfield as a labyrinth. In fact, it encapsulates the idea of a city as a labyrinth. Ariadne, if you remember, was indeed the person who went into the labyrinth with her clue, a ball of string, in other words, which she followed. And I think as a writer, we try to have a ball of string which we unravel in some kind of a way to find our way into whatever it was that we had in mind.